NCIS is a popular procedural drama that's been running for a long time. It's CBS's longest-running and most-watched scripted show, currently in its 20th season. Although the show follows the Naval Criminal Investigative Service, one of the main things fans absolutely love about the series is its large cast of characters. There are so many fan favorites who have appeared on the show over the years. That's why we're going to go over all the characters that have to return to NCIS before it ends. The first person on our list is none other than Special Agent Anthony DiNozzo. Many fans have wondered if we would ever get to see the return of DiNozzo. When we last saw him, he went to Paris with his daughter Tally and partner Ziva. Fans have waited a long time to see Michael Weatherly return as the agent. Well, fans will be happy to know that there may actually be some good news about that. After leaving NCIS, Weatherly took on the lead role in the television series Bull. Production on the series is wrapped up, which means the actor now has the time and the opportunity to return to NCIS. When asked about a potential return of Anthony DiNozzo, one of the executive producers and showrunners, Stephen D. Binder, seemed skeptical. He first asked, "Wouldn't that be great?" He then went on to talk about a discussion he had with Michael Weatherly. In that conversation, Weatherly had apparently told Binder that he had no interest in doing network television ever again. The showrunner added that he had just had some kids at the time. However, that was before he took on the lead role in Bull, in which Binder noted the actor worked like a fiend. If Weatherly really was done with network television, fans would probably never see him return to NCIS. But since he took on Bull and that's wrapped up, there is a chance he may return before the series ends. The potential return of Anthony DiNozzo brings us to our next character, Ziva David. As we mentioned previously, Ziva and DiNozzo went off to live in Paris with their daughter Tally. There is a possibility that Cody DePablo could return before the series ends. Back in 2016, DePablo revealed that she didn't want to come back to the show because of political things and the scripts not being good enough. She later clarified those comments, saying that she wasn't happy with the direction the writers took her character. It wasn't compelling enough for her to want to return as the character she spent 8 years crafting. However, a special appearance before the end of the series might be a compelling enough reason for DePablo to come back as Ziva. After Agent David departed the show with Agent DiNozzo, NRA analyst Eleanor Bishop joined the NCIS team. She brought a certain quirkiness to Gibbs's team. As a comic relief character, she'd be a welcome return to the show for fans. Narratively, she was also the first to discover that the former Mossad officer was alive and had kept that secret for her. Her willingness to do whatever was needed to be done led to her being recruited for a secret mission. One of the only other characters to know about this was Torres. With Nick Torres having returned and gone undercover in Season 20, the events that play out after could set the stage for her potential return. A reunion between the two characters could also set up a situation where they have to choose between their jobs at NCIS or each other. Either choice would end the series in a way that makes the fans happy. Though watching their favorite characters retire together would likely be the more favorable outcome for the final season. Another character that fans would absolutely love to see return is Abby Shudo. You may remember that she left the show in 2018. Polly Perrette, who played the character from 2003 to 2018, sparked rumors of a potential return in 2021. She posted a photo of herself with Brian Dietzen, a fellow NCIS veteran.
Math and forensics.
So in that sense, Abby
Lives forever. That's the way I thought of it.
However, she herself has said that a return is unlikely.
Television character did more than encourage it. It made it cool, it made it exciting, it made it fun.
The reason? She retired from acting. She made the announcement to TV Insider in 2020 while promoting the premiere of the sitcom Broke. She simply told them, "I'm retiring." The following year, she'd open up about the responses to her retirement on Twitter. Perrette seemingly called out people in the industry when she said that you find out who's still your friend after you retire. In an interview not long after that photo, Dietzen gave his thoughts on a potential return for her. He said that he hadn't heard anything like that from her or read anything in the script. Thus, it remains unlikely. This may be hard for many fans to hear and accept, but there is a silver lining. Dietzen noted that the script had a reference to her character. He added that it was a beautiful thing that they could reference characters who weren't on the show anymore, like family members who used to live in the same house. This outlook on the situation does leave the possibility open for characters to reference and remember Abby in the final season. It may not be as impactful as seeing the character return. However, a tribute to the character, remembering her finest moments, might be the most respectful way to bring her back before the season ends. At least, it would be the best way to do it without actually bringing her back. It would make sense, too, because she was such a presence on the show.
I'm not wrong, but I think that I've earned a little bit of time to myself. Just stay home, go to church.
Leroy Jethro Gibbs is a beloved character who can and should make a return before the series ends. Mark Harmon decided to leave the show in its 19th season when his contract for the 2021-2022 season was in a limited capacity. Speculation and rumors about his departure from the series were rampant for months. The final episode, featuring the lead character, ended with him opting not to return to NCIS. Gibbs told Special Agent Timothy McGee, "I'm not going back, Tim. I'm not going home." Instead, the fan-favorite character chose to stay in Alaska. He and Agent McGee had tracked down a hitman hired by a mining company at that location. Binder said he wanted to leave the door open for Harmon to return. He called Harmon, who played the character for 18 years, an integral part of the fabric of the show. Many fans felt the same way. If the show were to end soon, they could probably expect a return from the character. After all, Binder also said, so regarding the future of Gibbs, never count Leroy Jethro Gibbs out. Is the show coming to an end soon? We can't say for certain. The show was renewed for a 20th season, which we are now in the middle of. As CBS's longest-running and most watched scripted series, it's likely that the show will at least return for another season. It would be really exciting if the show ended in its 22nd season. That's because doing so would end the show on its 500th episode. That would be one stellar way to end the series, especially if they can tie up the story and have fan favorites return for a character-packed series finale. It would definitely be a good way to honor all those characters, the actors that played them, and the history of the series. As you can see, NCIS has a lot of potential for characters they can bring back to enrich the final season. The fact that the show has run so long and introduced so many characters means there are lots of possibilities. There are even more characters we didn't get to talk about in this video because there are so many. But with these characters leaving the impressions on the show and fans the way they did, these are the ones who need to return. Do you agree with this list? Let us know what you think and if we missed any of your favorites. These have been all the characters that have to return to NCIS before it ends.